This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by Jars of Fruit, jam, jelly, preserves, marmalades, chutney, compote, confiture. It's Thursday, April 20th, 2023. I'm Aaron, and this is my wonderful co-host, Chris, who is enjoying being expressive.
Hello.
Hey, Chris, what was that you were doing on camera just now?
I was saying hello to you. I was just waving.
Yeah, it's good. My camera's a little small, so it's nice to know. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Well, listen here. This is Another Great Day. This is a podcast designed to encourage interaction, which is what we were just doing. We're also being creative and having conversations, and we hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing here because we're having a heck of a time doing it. All right. Well, today's segment for Thursday's new segment is going to be a little bit of an experiment. We're actually
I love experiments.
Oh, yeah. This is the Mad Scientist Lab of Podcastville. And we're actually going to do a Mad Lib today. And this is going to come to us courtesy of the great website Mad Takes, where you can do free online Mad Libs. And yeah. So today's Mad Lib is called
Letter from Camp.
All right, today's Mad Lib, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Chris for all the words that need to go into this Mad Lib, and then we're going to process it and read it to you. All right, so Chris, give me a relative name, like a title, uncle, cousin.
We'll do uncle. I like it.
Uncle. Give me an adjective.
An adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, surreptitious. It means slow.
Okay, that is great. I didn't know what that meant. We're going to do a lot of adjectives, so you better get ready. Next adjective.
All right, tough.
Ooh, all right, one more adjective, please.
Stinky.
Ooh, always a good one. A name of a person in the room.
Name of a person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence.
Okay. That's our assistant. Give me another adjective.
Another adjective. Wise.
Okay, very good. Another adjective, please.
Bitter.
Ooh, nice. A verb ending in ed.
Oh.
Like played.
Okay. All right. Closed.
Ooh, very good. Body part.
A body part. All right. Elbow.
Okay, very good. A verb ending in ing.
Kayaking.
Ooh, very good. Noun, plural. A plural noun, please.
Geese.
I like that. All right, a noun, just a singular noun.
A singular noun. Stapler.
Very good. Adverb.
Exceedingly.
Ooh. We got 4 more to go. Verb.
Cut.
Ooh. All right, one more verb.
Release.
Okay. And a relative.
Oh, they're relative.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got an uncle. We'll do an aunt.
All right. And then a person in the room.
Another person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have Clarence, so we've got to have Gerald.
Our 2 interns. All right. All right, here we go. We're going to go mad. All right, here we go. Dear Uncle, I am having a surreptitious time at camp. The counselor is tough, and the food is stinky. I met Clarence, and we became wise friends. Unfortunately, Clarence is bitter, and I closed my elbow, so he couldn't go kayaking like everybody else. I need more geese and a stapler sharpener, so please exceedingly cut more when you release back. Your Aunt Gerald. That's a letter from camp. Good job, Chris.
Oh, dear.
Yes, round of applause. Well, if you enjoyed today's Mad Lib or have a Mad Lib you'd like us to use, please let us know on our Instagram page, Another Great Day Podcast.
And that'll bring us to this day in history.
Thanks, Chris. Zoom, zoom, zoom. What were those noises? Well, on this day in 2008, Danica Patrick becomes the first woman to win an Indy race. Yes, dear listeners, on April 20th, 2008, a 26-year-old Danica Patrick wins the Indy Japan 300 at Twin Ring Motogai in Motogai, Japan, making her the first ever female winner in an IndyCar racing history.
And that will do it for this day in history.
This next segment is called the Question of the Day, and if you're new to this, we'll ask a question and encourage you to take a minute to answer the question with those around you. We'll give you about 10 seconds to answer, and if you need more time, feel free to pause the show and come right back. All right, Chris, the question is, what is the coolest bird? We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, Chris. I've got one right off the top of my head, unless you've
Okay.
got one.
No, I was flipping through my Rolodex of birds in my brain.
I've got one. I'm afraid it might be too violent for our listeners, so I'm going to just hold that one off and choose the next best one that came to my mind. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a toucan. I think the toucan is so cool with its colorful beak, plus it brings me Fruit Loops. What about you?
I was thinking of birds with abilities. Some birds can talk.
Right, like parrots or Big Bird.
Or Big Bird. Yes. Well, and some birds can dive underwater.
Ah, yes.
They go fishing. I'm gonna say I don't know what bird this is, but I'm not very acquainted. I'm not an. Is it ornithologist? Is that what bird watchers are?
I think
Bird
that's
watchers are?
right.
I'm not a bird
Ornithologist.
person. I'm not a bird man. But the birds that soar forever and ever, they just are up there on the top of the, like way high above the clouds, and they're in the wind stream, and they just have their wings open as if there's nothing happening, and they're just chilling.
Those
Whatever
are
that
called
bird
kites that the string broke. Those aren't real birds. Those
So
are
I
just
guess, like,
kites that kids lost.
Eagle, maybe, or hawks. I don't know what those birds are, but
So you want to fly like an eagle?
into the future. Yep.
Well, great talk today, Chris. Let's take a quick break and check in with our dad joke correspondent on location. To take it away.
Aaron and Chris, hey, how's it going? Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Tank,
Tank who?
you're welcome.
Oh,
Have another great day.
Thanks, Wes. It's always great to hear people being polite and grateful.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to another great day. I'm Aaron, and that's Chris, and we're so glad you're here. This part of our show is called the Word of Wisdom. This is where we'll take a minute to go through a proverb or wise saying and give you our take. Here we go.
Today's word of wisdom comes to us from Proverbs chapter 21, verse 24.
The NLT version says, mockers are proud and haughty. They act with boundless arrogance.
The Amplified version of the Bible says, proud, haughty, scoffer are his names, who acts with overbearing and insolent pride.
Wow. So the name of people who act with overbearing and insolent pride, like super prideful, arrogant people, are called proud, haughty, and scoffer. Chris, are those names that you'd like to be called, or you'd like someone to refer to your family members or friends as?
No.
Same here. Let's do our best to not do that.
Please take a moment and discuss this.
Well, that'll do it for today. Let's cue the music and wrap things up. Our mission here is to encourage interaction, creativity, and conversation.
So even though today's show may have come to an end, that does not mean your discussions have to come to an end.
We thank you for listening and hope you make it another
Great.
day. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, Chris, did you ever own Pogs as a kid?
I owned Pogs.
Do you know what Pogs are? If you made it this far in the show before you got to school, do you even know what Pogs are?
I know what Pogs are.
Oh, thanks, Clarence. That's our intern. Gerald, I know you were too young for this.
Pogs are little cardboard circles. But what was really great, they had little pictures on them and brands, skateboard stuff sometimes, and
Yep, caveman.
cartoons. It was caveman. But
And-
what was most important was not the cardboard circles. It was the slammers.
That's right. The
They're made of-
slammers.
made of plastic and metal.
Or metal.
And you would hit the other pieces of cardboard. It made no sense.
Yes, and they'd flip over. And you would have tubes of varying sizes filled with these little Pogs. They were thin like a communion wafer or a cracker, like a Ritz cracker.
Did you have a Pog tube?
Oh, I had several Pog tubes, but in fourth grade, because of my previously discussed excessive talking, I got my
no.
Pogs taken away.
Oh dear.
And they were taken away for a long time. And I pretty sure that Pogs were not popular by the time I got them back at the end of the year.
I have not thought about this memory about Pogs this in depthly. Were the tubes that held the Pogs clear plastic?
Some of them were, yeah.
Really
Some
clear
were glow in the dark.
neon colored
A
plastic?
lot of them were neon because remember, this was the mid to late 90s, and you had a lot of the neon colors. Really, it was the skateboard kind of culture of like, if we're cool, we got to be neon pink, neon green, glow in the dark, all these things.
I
They
think
didn't
I
want to
had,
look like a piece of plumbing,
so I had that, I think, and then I may have had a Pringles can with all the other ones.
Do you remember your best slammer?
I had one that had little like gear ridges, like a saw blade
Whoa.
on the side, and it had a design that was black and red, kind of tribal. I don't know. It was no like discernible. It was abstract. It wasn't a thing, but
Man.
you remember? Oh, and I had a neon green plastic puck slammer,
Nice.
and it was. Do you have one that you remember?
Oh yeah, it was about an inch thick. It was huge. It was an inch thick. It was clear, and it had a jack-o'-lantern in the middle of it. So it was like a clear plastic
that's
slammer with a
funny.
jack-o'-lantern face in the middle of it. And we would slam those things. It was awesome. We'd also play war. So we wouldn't slam them. We'd just be like, you'd lay out a pog, the person would lay out the pog, and you would each agree which one was the cooler looking of the pogs, and then you got to keep them.
That's so subjective.
So subjective. Yes.
I feel like we may have done that too.
Yeah. Well, hence the career in sales. So,
Oh man.
all right. Bye.
The end.